All right, let's talk about some fishing line. All right, I got my crankbait rod here. This is my favorite. This is a Shimano SLX. For the money, man, this thing's awesome. For a good long while, if I could afford to, I would trade out every rod and reel I got in the boat for a Shimano XLX equivalent. They're very comfortable. They feel strong and sturdy, but still lightweight. The reel is really smooth. It's comfortable in my hand. Personally, I leave the spool pretty loose and I use my thumb. So I actually don't mess with the braking system a lot. And another thing that I personally just kind of like about these is, I know I got it upside down, but there's a wall right there. I can't turn my rod over. It has centrifugal brakes in the cap, and not a magnetic brake out here. And I actually kind of like this because, my hand's not on it when I'm holding the reel. So anyway, sidetrack. One of my favorite rod and reel combos. $200, I think is what I got it for. I about to say Tractor Supply. I ain't never bought a rod and reel at Tractor Supply. Tackle Warehouse. That's where I got it. All right, but what I really wanted to talk about was fishing line. I'm fixing to put some fresh fluorocarbon on this reel, and I'm going to tell you what has become my favorite fishing line, and my opinion, what I think's the best, and it's this Berkley Trilene 100% fluorocarbon. This stuff's tough. It's really strong. I bought a used reel once, took it apart, cleaned it, put it back together, and when I did, I accidentally put the discs for the drag in wrong. Next fishing trip with 12-pound Berkley Trilene and a jerkbait, hooked a 33-pound catfish. And I got it in the boat, and my drag wasn't working right. It was real choppy. Line never broke. My knot never broke. I got a 33-pound catfish in my boat and got my jerkbait out of its mouth and released the catfish with what Berkley had on the package as 12-pound test, 100% fluorocarbon. I think that makes it like some super tough stuff. But what I've learned about this that I wanted to explain to you guys is that I have learned that one of the reasons why Trilene 100% fluorocarbon is so much tougher than its labeled equivalent from other brands is because it runs a lot thicker in diameter. So if you don't know, when you go pick out your new fishing line here, most of the packages somewhere on them have a label like this one on it, and most of what we go by is the pound test. If you'll notice, this is 6-pound test fishing line. But if you look in this small print down here where it says size, right here it is 10 thousandths of an inch in diameter. Now 10 thousandths of an inch in diameter is about the same diameter that I believe most other fluorocarbon fishing lines are for their 10-pound test. But as you can see here, this is 6-pound. So Berkley Trilene's 100% fluorocarbon 6-pound test line is the same diameter as like Seagar's 10-pound test, I believe, is 11 thousandths. For comparison. So I'm going to experiment with this. I've not yet tried this before, but I know this is pretty tough stuff, and I know that it runs thicker in diameter than its, other brands' equivalent pound test line. So I'm going to put this 10 thousandths of an inch in diameter fishing line on my crankbait rod, which I normally run 10-pound test line on. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'm taking off of it, is some 10-pound test Seaguar Invis-X, which is, I think, 11 thousandths. Don't quote me. It's either 10 or 11 thousandths of an inch in diameter. So hopefully, even though this says 6-pound test line, hopefully because the diameter is similar to that of everybody else's 10-pound, I'm still going to get the same performance and strength out of this that I would from, say, the Seaguar Invis-X 10-pound test line that I've been using. I'll let you know. I'm going to spool it up and give it a shot. We'll see what happens.